guys. So it's like 5:30 in the morning and we're at the beach getting ready to leave town today to head up to the mountains. I just wanted to continue my series about selling my house. So my house is finally under contract and it's closing in a month at the end of July. And so I am going up to the mountains to look at properties again, and this time I'm hopefully going to put an offer in on something. My goal is to have 3 full days blocked off with my realtor. We might not need 3 full days, but I'm gonna look at all the current homes that are on the market that I have favorited, and hopefully like one of them, at least one of them, enough to purchase. So I'm super excited about it. Got a full tank of gas and I'm just walking river and gonna load up and hit the road. It's Monday and I will be there until Friday. So I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the days that I have blocked off with my realtor, and I am going to take you on this journey with me and let you know how it goes. So here we go. I'm on the road and on my way to the mountains. I've got my trusty companion river in the back seat. Just feeling really excited about this next chapter of my life. You know, it's took me almost a year to sell my house, and it's been a good practice in patience. You know, when I was first getting ready to put my house on the market last summer, we went on the market in mid-July last year, and right now it's the end of June, so it's been almost a year. And so a year ago, I was packing up stuff in my house to get it ready to show and to take the photography, the photography for the listing and all of that, and I had to pack up a lot of my stuff. A lot of the stuff that I packed up, I packed it thinking I would be moved in a short amount of time and I would have access to it again. Like, for example, a lot of my winter stuff was packed. I packed like all my essential oils that I use all the time, and just took pictures off the walls that made my house feel like my house, because when you're selling a house, you're not supposed to have that kind of stuff on the walls because you want people to feel like it's their house or envision themselves in it and stuff, so you're not supposed to have personal stuff. So I've been living in my house for a year without access to stuff that I need, but also stuff that makes my home feel like a home. And it's been very unsettling in that sense, but also always having people coming through my house. There have been a lot of showings this time around, and the first time my house was on the market, I didn't have that many showings, but this time I put my house back on the market in April after it expired in January, and there's been quite a few like a lot of showings. So it's been unsettling in that sense too, because we're constantly having to leave. I have to leave with the dog, and now it's hot and I can't leave him in the car, so it's not like I can just go to the gym and leave him in the car, or go run errands and leave him in the car. It's been a lot. And every time I leave to go on a trip, the house has to be ready to show. And so I've just been in this space where I've been having to be super patient, and also just feeling like I don't want to do this anymore. I want to settle into a new house and be able to just relax and have my stuff, and not always, every time I leave the house, feel like it has to be ready for people to come in. It feels very invasive having people in my house. I come home and lights are on and ceiling fans are on and my closets are wide open, and it's just not a good feeling. So it feels really good to finally be at the end of this chapter, and really exciting. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but so I have an awesome realtor up in the mountains. He's aces. He's the best. And he's been helping me for 4 years. I've been back and forth with him, just looking at stuff even before I was sure that I was going to move there. And then especially in the last year, since my house has been on the market, you know, we've looked at some properties and stuff. So as soon as my house went under contract, or right before it went under contract, we were in touch. And I've been in touch with my mortgage guy up there, who I've already been pre-qualified for my next mortgage, but basically they're working it out so that the timing of things, like I already got my mortgage guy the more documents that he needed to start the pre-underwriting process, so that if I find a house in the next few days, he can like get the loan done and time it so that I can close within a couple of days of my beach house closing, so that I can just move right into my next house, which would be amazing. Because in my mind, I've been like, you know, if the timing doesn't work out, like if my house sells and I don't have a place to move into yet, that's okay. I can put my stuff in storage. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of stuff anyway, but put what's left in storage and then just travel, or just, you know, house sit, which is what I'm going to do this week and what I do a lot. And I've made some videos. If you haven't seen my videos about that, it's a great way to be able to travel and stay in some beautiful, beautiful homes for free. And I can bring my dog, and it's awesome. So I can always do that for a while until I find a house to buy and stuff like that. But if I find something in the next few days while I'm up there, I might be able to just go from one house to the other, which would be awesome. So like I said, I'm going to bring you along on the journey. It's a really exciting, feels like a really exciting chapter. I just spoke to two of my best friends back to back while I've been driving today, just kind of like celebrating, and everybody knows how long and painful in some ways this process has been for me. So yeah, it feels really good to just finally be taking the next step. And it's overwhelming, you know, moving is overwhelming, having to figure out, what am I taking, what am I getting rid of, am I getting pods, or am I hiring a moving service? And so that's going to be all the next phase of how I'm doing the move, and I'll keep you posted about that as well. But yeah, for now I'm just enjoying the ride, literally up to the mountains. I am gonna look at my top 6 houses tomorrow with my realtor. I have about 26 houses favorited of all the stuff that's on the market. That, you know, he sends me stuff every day as it comes on the market. So there are plenty of houses for me to look at, but we're gonna start with my top 6 tomorrow and see what happens. So I've got, tomorrow is Tuesday, so I've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday blocked off with my realtor to look at houses if needed. If I find something tomorrow, then obviously we won't have to keep looking, but I'll be up in the mountains until Friday regardless. So I will keep you posted and see how this all unfolds. Thanks for being with me on this journey. I love sharing it with you and having you here with me. One thing you may or may not know about me is I love cemeteries. We're on our road trip right now. We're almost to our destination in Asheville, but just stopped for gas and to walk river, and this is a really beautiful cemetery. So we're just walking around in here for a few minutes before we finish our drive. I'm about 40 miles outside of Asheville, and I feel better already. My soul just feels better. Yeah, baby. 33 miles to go. So we're on our morning walk this morning. We're staying at Biltmore Lake, which is this beautiful neighborhood on this lake. So it's been a crazy few days. It is now Thursday, and in the last few days we have looked at, we looked at I think 8 houses the first day, 7 houses the second day, or vice versa, I can't remember. And then another 4 houses today, so 19 houses. I guess technically 18 because we looked at one twice. Found some stuff that I like, and the house that I like the most is a house that was actually on the market last time I was here, which was in the winter. And I've had my eye on it ever since, and I've just been keeping my eye on it, checking if it's still on the market. They've done a couple price reductions, and I kind of felt like driving up here, like I might be buying that house, but I really wanted to do my due diligence, and so I did my due diligence, and I am just feeling exhausted. But I did see some really nice houses, but after all is said and done, I still feel like that same house is my house. My realtor said the same thing on day one. He said, just the fact that it's still on the market and you've been watching it, it almost feels like a sign. There's been some other signs, so I feel like that's my house. And so we are putting an offer in. I just got done signing the paperwork. And it's a little nerve-wracking now because we were going to put in an offer for a little bit less because it's been on the market for so long. But there's another offer coming in at the same time now, after all this time, which is just how it happens sometimes, I guess. So we decided to just go ahead and put in a full price offer. So I just got done, like I said, signing everything. The offer is going over, and we're asking for an answer by tomorrow at 11 a.m. So hopefully by tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'll have an answer. I hope it's the answer that I want, and I'll let you know. It's been a great trip, in between, like when we were done today, we went to lunch. I took my realtor to lunch, and then River and I just walked around to some of the shops. We ate lunch on a street that has like a bunch of shops and restaurants on it that's in the neighborhood where the house is that I'm putting an offer in on. And then we just like walked around and we went into some of the shops, some really cool shops. Got chatting with some of the shop owners. Everyone's super friendly here. I'm really excited for this change. I've been terrible about taking videos for you guys and everything, but I have just been staying present and doing what I came here to do, which is to find my next home. So I'll let you know if we end up going under contract on this house. Also, I forgot to mention that the inspection at my house for the new potential owners of my house was yesterday, and my realtor said everything went smooth with that. There weren't any surprises, so that's good. So hopefully everything is moving along as planned on that end. It's a little bit nerve-wracking when you've got trying to do 2 real estate deals at the same time. So that part of it is kind of crazy. But I just found out that because my closing date on my house that I currently own is July 30th, and my mortgage guy here, who is amazing, I just found out through my realtor that he was going to be able to get everything handled so that I can close here on July 30th as well, so that I can literally just move from one house to the other. And, obviously I would be moved out of my current home before July 30th because that's the closing day, and I would have to have it all cleaned out and everything like that. But I could have everything moved here. Supposedly, I might be able to like move the pod to the driveway of the new house even before I close, and then just come here and move in. So that could work out really, really cool. And as a side note, if you see this cute dog, there's 2 cute dogs. My dog is River over there in the corner, and this is Sunny. Whenever I travel, I use this app where I get to stay at these amazing places in exchange for just taking care of their pet or pets. And it's just there's no exchange of money. Like, they don't pay me and I don't pay them to stay here, and it works out great. And this was kind of a last minute one, and it worked out really great. These people thought they were going to have to board their cute dog Sunny, and they really didn't want to board him. And so it worked out because the dates that they were going to be away were the dates that I needed to be up here. So that worked out great too. So I have another video where I talk more about how this all works and why I love this app so much, but I've been using it for several years, and it's made it so that I can travel anywhere. And with my dog too, like the app now has a filter on it where it tells you whether or not you can bring your own pets. It's kind of like Airbnb. Some places let you and some places don't, but when I'm traveling with my dog, I always look for the ones where I can bring my dog. But if I wanted to fly anywhere in the world, I can also do it there. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, I will link to another video that I have about that, and you can check that out if you want. And yeah, so it's been a lovely time here. It's a beautiful house. It's in a gated community on a lake. There's a lake right there, and there's this path that goes all around the lake, and there's little bridges that go over the lake, and it's beautiful. The people were lovely. I came up the night before they left so that they could show me around and show me the routine for the dog and everything like that. And I always meet the coolest people through this app, and usually get invited back, you know, when they need a sitter again. So it's kind of cool. And I've been coming up to the mountains a lot over the last few years looking at properties, and so it's nice to be able to come and help someone out, take care of their pets, and then have an awesome place to stay. I'll link to that video below if you want to learn more about that. And yeah, wish me luck. One last thing that I think is worth mentioning is that this whole process has been on me by myself. So if you've ever, you know, I know that this series is about, you know, selling a house, getting a house ready to sell, selling a house, and now it's moving into buying a house. And all of it has been just me. And especially the house shopping process it's been interesting because, you know, thankfully my realtor is amazing, and we've been working together for about 4 years now, because even before I was ready to move, I've been coming up here looking at properties, and he's like the most patient person, super knowledgeable. He's helped me learn about all of this area and all of the outskirts and all of that. But he's really the only one, like, he's gotten to really know my taste and stuff, so he's been helpful in my decision-making process. But if you've ever tried to buy a house by yourself, it's a lot. It's a big decision, and it's hard when you don't have anybody to like bounce ideas off of, you know. Like, even I've thought about like wishing like some of my friends could come and just like go house shopping with me so that I could bounce decisions off. Thankfully, I have friends that I've been sending videos to, especially like all day yesterday. Like, I have a couple friends that I sent like video walkthroughs of a couple of the houses I was considering and pros and cons, and got some feedback that way. But it's a big decision to make by yourself, and it's a big decision process. So kudos to anyone that's ever purchased a house by yourself and had to do all of the decision making yourself, because my family isn't nearby, and you know, my brother's been super helpful, but he's not here. Like, he doesn't see what I'm looking at or anything like that. So I found something that suits me. So that's what's important. And I'm following my heart and my soul. And I just definitely feel like this is the house for me. So hopefully it's going to be my house. And I'll let you guys know.